vlog. This is our spring edition. I am not even joking. It's April 18th out here and it's snowing, but you're used to it. You're from Minnesota. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. We have a great show regardless of the weather. I've got a tour of the absolutely storybook Sunnyslope neighborhood. We've got market news, Facebook question of the week, and a great interview with Greg Hanks, the executive director of the YMCA Southdale. Well, our neighborhood tour this week is of the Sunnyslope area. This is a great little pocket neighborhood just north of City Hall and right across Minnehaha Creek from Country Club. It's a collection of about 75 homes. There is a great variety of homes. There's a unique collection of mid-century ramblers with beautiful Casota stone throughout, and as well as these two-story homes that in many respects look like some of the homes you'd expect to find in the Country Club area. So we've got Tudor style, we have French Chateau, and a lot of other classic styles. Average sale price in the neighborhood upwards of $1 million to $1.5 million. You will find still here and there a tear down or a remodel at the $600,000 range, but for the most part we're talking upper bracket. A great walking neighborhood, of course, being next to the creek, and just a delight to drive through because it's like one big cul-de-sac. One more thing I want to point out, if you look at this secondary map here, this is a map of the newly minted, newly approved neighborhoods of Edina, and I'll be using this map to reference in the future. It shows you the number of parcels in the neighborhood and the delineations so that we all start to get an idea of what we mean when we say a Sunnyslope, or what we mean when we say countryside or Lake Cornelia and so on. So a great resource that will be available for homeowners and for realtors to market homes in the future. On to our Facebook question of the week, which is, how long will the blizzard in April last? No, I'm just kidding. The real question is, where do you see Twin Cities housing prices going in 2013? Up, down, or across? So for the most part, I think we have a lot of confident homeowners out there. Most people seem to think prices are going to go up slightly. Of course, it's not difficult to predict that. We're in a situation where supply is still chasing demand. We have very limited supply out there, and our pending and closed sales activity is still going up, partly due to the fact that prices are at all-time lows, and also because rates are at all-time lows as well. So I look forward to that trend continuing, and I hope that prices throughout the Twin Cities will continue to stabilize and rise in markets like Edina. On to the market news this week. We're standing inside the YMCA facility at Southdale, so I've got a little bit of break from the snow. I want to talk about the Edina housing market. Take a look at the stats here. You'll see that listings are still down 20% year over year, while pending sales are up 15%. So we still have this phenomenon of supply chasing demand. Now what that's doing to prices is it's actually helping the recovery. Also on this chart you'll see below that our days on market has gone down 50% year over year, which is an incredible figure. It shows that the pent-up demand is really doing its work in the marketplace. In addition, price per square foot is up 10%, and the percentage of list price received, or in other words, how much your sale price reflects in your asking price, is up 6% as well. So this is definitely a seller market in Edina. For the rest of the Twin Cities, we also have this phenomenon of limited supply chasing pent-up demand, with prices being suppressed from their all-time highs, and with rates being as low as they are as well. So my prediction for this year is we continue to see recovery in our housing prices, and at some point we'll see supply start to warm up again as sellers get more confident and come back to the marketplace, and then we can expect a more balanced market, which will also help us to get more properties for sale as options for buyers. And so it's my great pleasure to be here today with Greg Hanks, the Executive Director of the Southdale YMCA.
Thanks, Josh.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
And today I just wanted to cover two topics. One is I want to talk a little bit about the facility, the new facility, and then the second thing is I wanted to talk a little bit about your corporate sponsorship program that I've been so impressed with. So let's start with the new facility. Tell us about this $9 million renovation and what has become of that construction.
Anxious to share. It's turned out to be a great facility for us as far as expansion and renovation.
Okay.
And we expanded, added about 16,000 plus square feet.
Oh wow.
And it was mainly around the fitness center, new fitness center, out on the front of the building.
So and that beautiful glass block right on the front.
Natural lighting, high ceilings, and all the modern amenities.
It's a great bulletin board for the facility.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's certainly our feeling has been it's created a whole brand new kind of energy in the building.
Yes.
So, and then our other big piece of that was also two aspects of it was our new pool area.
Yep.
So we've added a pool, and we call it our leisure pool, and it has three components to it. It has a zero depth entry, so all the little kids or people with accessibility issues can go right into it. It's like a beach.
Okay.
We also added the shallow water, kind of about 4 feet all the way across for swim lessons and water exercise. And then there's a corner of the pool that's called the vortex, and it's a current, continuous current run by 2 jets. That's so you can do rehab against the current, walk against it. I call it the poor man's lazy river. You can kind of float around it.
Yes, my kids have done that.
Yes.
I'd love to do that.
So it really has added to the whole experience at the YMCA. Really has increased our family memberships with that. The pool has become a favorite area. And then the other component has been the community room. We added the Rotary community room. So those 3 were the new added. Then we renovated throughout the whole building, added a whole new kid stuff area, made it much funner.
The playscape and the play gym, which is lovely.
All for youth.
Yep.
So it's all geared toward youth involvement and activities. And that really, again, that family component really added to that. And it was a safety feature. It put all our youth programming down in one end of the building behind the back end. So,
okay, so briefly about the additional community space. So you've got the beautiful large rooms downstairs for community functions. Yep. We went to a ballet recital
Yes.
there, and then you had the after party kind of next door, which is really nice.
Yep.
And then you also have this upstairs community room. What type of community functions are happening in that front room, that Rotary room?
Well, we've had a lot of trainings in there that the Y has done now. We also have a lot of outside organizations come in. Minnesota Life College, which is a partner of ours, comes and uses that room for some educational pieces and some programming with their programs. We've had a church group in there on Sundays that will use that now. They just completed that. They needed a place for about 4 or 5 months, so we had them in there using that. And then the Rotary groups, it is called the Rotary Room, and that was a partnership between 4 of the Rotary clubs, both Edina noon in the morning, the Eden Prairie Morning Club, and the Richfield Morning Club. And what they did was they all contributed to our capital campaign, and in turn we named that room the Rotary Room. So they use that for board meetings. Both the Edina clubs have used it, and also the Eden Prairie Morning Club has used it.
Now, one more quick piece of news. I know that the City Council just approved the community gardens. Can you tell me real quick about that component? Because that is almost like a new facility for the YMCA as well.
Yeah,
a shared facility.
Yes. It's, again, another great partnership, and it's really created, got contacted by the Edina Park and Rec and said, would you be interested in working on a community garden piece with us? We certainly were. One of the pieces we had to work out is some of the parking issues, because we've had tremendous success here with our addition and renovation, and so that was a little bit of the concern, but that's been worked out, and we look forward now that we will have some plots for our youth, some programming, some shared things as we talk about healthy living at the YMCA. That's going to be a real important piece for us, that we can talk about nutrition, that we can tie into our programming here. We'll get kids to do some cooking things here.
Right.
We have a master gardener that we're bringing onto our board to work with us and work with the community garden. So we've got some really exciting, I think, future things that we can really partner with the city, partner with other aspects of the community, and share this garden piece.
So as with everything you've done with the renovation, the facility is really the catalyst for the programs, and the programs are the things that are really touching lives and saving lives.
Absolutely. In fact, that's really, I think, as I think about the YMCA and partnerships, a lot of the partnerships allow us to reach out, use other vehicles to reach people at different connection points. And that has really been what we're about, is looking for partnerships and how do we make this whole community healthier.
Well, I've enjoyed the new facility. Of course, you know I'm a working out madman. I love to come here every morning and swim and bike and everything. So I'm just so happy we got the facility done. Let's move on to the corporate sponsorship program. I know in the past you've had sponsorships available for events and so on, but the last couple of years you kind of rethought that whole thing, and now you have an overarching corporate sponsorship program. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, the sponsorship program really has developed over the last year and a half, and it's kind of morphed, as you said, and really I think it ties into our partnership kind of concept that we've developed. And so what we did was, we knew we do in the YMCA what we do financial assistance. We call it in the YMCA our Partners program. So it is a partnership, and what we've done is tried to reach out to those community businesses that have some real investment in their community and also want to make a healthier community for people in different ways. So they can supply us with some financial need with helping us develop vehicles. So as we talk about programming aspects, as we talk about the community garden, as we talk about getting families, youth, and even seniors involved, they help us reach out to people that otherwise may not be able to share in some of those experiences based on some of their economic situations.
So in the past it was for a particular event. Now they get kind of global year-round exposure at all the different Y events. There's 2 places for recognition in the building. You've got the corporate sponsorship wall that the 500,000 plus people walking through the door every year usually walk through, as well as you added a banner component in the gym, which I thought was a really nice touch.
Yeah. Yeah, and really what we've tried to do is break this down into 5 segments of the kind of recognition of money. And what we've done is there's a $500 sponsorship, there's $1,000, there's a $2,500, a $5,000, and a $10,000.
And let me just interrupt and read. This roster of sponsors is just amazing from the community, especially at this early stage of the program. So you've got Great Neighborhood Homes, you've got Josh Sprague Realtor, Hatsung Insurance, Tria, Jerry's, Edina Realty, Royal Credit Union, Refined Building, Barrio Latino, Southdale Shopping Center, Fairview Hospitals, Hillcrest, North American Banking, Whole Foods, International Dairy Queen, Northmark. I mean, the list just goes on. I am just always amazed at how a community rallies around the mission of the YMCA. Has that been a surprise to you as well, or something you expected?
I probably didn't expect the success we've had. We had a number of people that had always kind of supported of us in the past. This has gone past what we've had done in the past. I think we have formalized a little bit better than we did in the past, and to your point, we've got the banner system going now. We've got the recognition wall that we just got up soon after we did the building, and realized that, again, for those folks that have supported us and those that want to support us, it really, again, to let them, I think, to share a little bit about to the community that these people are wonderful supporters of the community and the YMCA, and so for them to get some visibility for their support of what we are doing in community. So I think we formalized that to a better degree. I think we will continue to expand on this a little bit. We've had, just recently, we've probably had 3 more join that sponsorship.
That's great.
So it's, it continues to grow, and I think people are understanding the relationships that can be really, again, really leveraged in a community between a nonprofit and also the business world, and how we reach more people and serve those people better.
Right. Well, I wish you continued success with the program. If someone is interested in the program, they can contact...
They can contact myself. They can contact you.
Okay.
Being on the board, any of our board folks, and also even our administrative person, Terry Amundsen.
Okay, great.
So,
thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
Josh.
informing us today about what's going on with the YCA. And again, I wish you and everyone here continued success.
Appreciate it very much, and glad you could stop by. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us for this spring edition of Edina Vlog. Many thanks to Greg Hanks and the Southdale YMCA for letting us shoot on location there. Take a look at this graphic before I go. This is a recent sale, 4813 Roy Carr Road in Cornelia neighborhood, where I do sell a lot of homes, but I sell throughout Edina and would be happy to help you or your friend at any time. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you here next time on Edina Vlog.